once again, all my little roaches and roachettes scurry out from under the fridge. Come gather around the garbage. It is I, Josh Potter, back once again. I don't have a lump on my face any longer. We'll talk about that in a moment, but first I want to introduce my guest. He's a buddy of mine. Love him a great deal. You might have seen him on the Roachies. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Adam Ferrara.
How are you, my friend?
What's up, dude? Thanks for coming in.
I'm so glad that you are lump-free.
I'm so happy that you're here because I am, on drugs right now.
Yeah? You're all banged up?
Yeah, I'm all banged up, dude. I'm like the guy you see, at a bus stop with all the bandages on his head.
Yeah, sir, are you okay?
Yeah, dude, I feel like I was that guy last week.
Really?
This whole week, I had bandages on from the IVs.
Oh, God.
It was a nightmare.
But you're on the right path, right?
Yes, we'll discuss it in a sec. But first,
right.
I want you to plug everything and anything that you'd like to plug. I know you have a special out there on YouTube. Please tell us all about it.
Yep. It's called It's Scary in Here. It's 800-Pound Gorilla Records put it out. And it's on YouTube, and it's free. So, yeah, go check it out. It is free. The Adam Ferrara podcast. It's called 30 Minutes You'll Never Get Back. Wherever you get your podcast, you have been on.
Yes.
I'd like to have you on again.
That's when we started hanging out at first, or talking on the phone at the very least, was when I did your podcast over quarantine. So, and I appreciate you reaching out at that time.
Yeah.
And you're going to be at the Dallas Improv?
I'm at the Addison Improv.
Addison Improv.
Yeah, Addison. It's Dallas, though. It's the same place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dallas Improv, I think, the 21st to the 23rd, and then CB Live in Arizona, the 26th through the 30th.
Nice, nice. And for me, I am going to be at the Milwaukee Improv on the 23rd. I'm going to be at the West Nyack Levity Live. That is on the 30th. The 2nd, Pittsburgh Improv, and the 3rd, the Raleigh Improv. Come on out. And one other one just added on the 11th of February, Irvine Improv here in Southern California. Josh Potter, or at J_Potter on Twitter and at Josh_Potter on Instagram. Go buy tickets, please. It'll be very nice to see all the roaches out and about. Mm-hmm. But yes, the way that we started talking on the phone and stuff, I forget when we started talking about gambling. Because that was really the thing that...
yeah, that's when we're just like... Yeah, that's when I went, oh, there's another reason I like them.
Yeah, there's not a lot of sports gamblers. I mean, maybe there are. Do I not know them?
I know quite a few.
I'm talking about in terms of comedians.
Oh, comedians? Yeah, there's a little group of people.
Okay, well, I wish...
I'm not outing anybody.
No, you got to bring me in, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, you're in.
Okay, cool.
You're in my loop on Sundays going, son of a bitch!
Oh, no, I have given you some bad ones. I have... Yes. I forget what week it was. It was the week I was down in Houston doing gigs, and I was all high on Tyrod Taylor coming back for the Texans. I'm like, Texans all the way. Gotta hammer the Texans. I think they were playing the Bengals.
Yeah.
They got smoked.
They killed.
Yeah. So I've given you some... I apologize for some of the bad picks I've given.
No, that's all right. Believe me, I lose my money scientifically. I have a system.
I'm about to do a show on my Patreon that's going to be surrounding... Not completely sports gambling, but it's going to be involved. It's me and my friend Matt who are often arguing about different bets all the time, so we're going to do it publicly for people. And I am scared about how many people are going to roll with me on bets.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm I don't know that I deliver winner. On football, I feel like I'm pretty good. But baseball and hockey.
See, I can't bet. I can't. You got to lay one to get three. I can't. I don't.
Yeah, that's the hard part about.
Understand.
I'm a big plus sign poppy too. I love me a plus sign, so I can't turn it down. And I'm parlaying things I shouldn't be parlaying just to get that little plus sign for me. Yeah. But when did you fall? What was do you have any bad beats that you recall? Maybe back when you're in the day or anything any famous.
Well,
games?
I used to have a bookie.
Yeah, that's what's so funny to me. There's people out there that used to have a bookie. Now these Johnny come latelys, they're well, sports betting's legal here in New York State now. They've got their apps. Do you look at them and go you're a poser?
Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah. I had a $500 cap and a number. That's what I had.
That's wild.
Yeah, you would call in, and I remember calling in once. I said, all right, give me I'll take the Jets.
That's the worst sentence. I'll take the Jets. It's been that way for 30 years.
I know.
Are you a Jets fan, by the way?
Yeah, Tony Kornheiser had the greatest line about Jets fans. We have one highlight.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the one highlight. And Rex Ryan with the feet.
Because I knew you were a Jets fan. I was going to say I wasn't sure if you were a Jets or Giants, but I'm pretty sure he's a Jets fan.
Yeah.
And I was thinking back, Namath is it.
That's it.
I mean, they're talking about
Todd.
the Bills being a cursed franchise. I mean, we went to the Super Bowl 4 times in the 90s. We could ride that wave for that 20-year drought that we had in the playoffs. But then Rex Ryan, I guess, would be the next best Jets team,
thing. And then, got to the championship game, I think, in San Diego.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
That was it, though.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, the thing about being a Jets fan is you're a football fan because you're like, well, this sucks. What are other teams doing? So you can look around.
Yeah, you're not mad about tuning in at 10 a.m.
Yeah, it's like you're a Bills fan. So it's like, on paper, we're mortal enemies, but you know, who we kidding?
No, that's the thing. I've never really given a shit about the Jets. You know what I mean?
You're
They're
not
in
the
our
only
division.
one.
There was the Sanchez
The Johnson
years,
and Johnson
but...
family doesn't seem to give a shit about the Jets, and they own the team.
Is that who it is? It's not.
Oh.
Yeah, Woody Johnson. That's the Johnson and Johnson, the people that make the baby oil.
Yeah, the people that made the people that made the vaccine before they said, "Wait, there's a problem." Those are the people. And I'm wondering why they can't get the offensive line right.
That was the Jets of vaccines too.
Yeah,
that was pretty ridiculous. Yeah, that's so true.
The Jets are the Johnson of vaccines. That's.
Man, because there's just nothing. And what do you think of the new Mormon boy?
Listen. He has no line. He looked lost last week, but he's moving in the right direction. I don't know if Robert Saleh is. He's a defensive guy, and we have the worst defense in the league.
Yeah.
Warning. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's bad.
You know, if you're that side of the ball, at least make that side of the ball work.
I wonder if it's because they've been on the field so often, though.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're tired.
Yeah, they're just really fatigued.
Is it all defense?
Yeah.
Is it all? Do we ever get the ball back?
Zach Wilson's throwing 5 picks. You know, it's like.
Yeah, well, he's also running
field
for his life.
Yeah, that's
true.
true.
I can't. The Bengals, Joe Burrow, I think is great.
Oh yeah, I love Joe Burrow.
I'm excited to watch the Bengals. When have we ever said that?
I know,
Kenny Anderson.
It's crazy.
That was the last time
Jamar
you said
Chase
that.
too. He's electric. The both of them, and they played at LSU together. And I don't remember it being as. I guess they were good at LSU, but I don't remember that being something where I go, man, that's Now I watch it, I go, holy hell! I don't know if they've just matured or because it's in the NFL or what. But it's,
I see. I'm not a. We texted once. You were betting college.
Yeah, I bet I'm pretty good at betting college.
Yeah. The spreads are like plus pi.
Yeah,
you know, it's just. And I'm not because growing up in New York, where there's not a lot of college football fans in New York because we always had pro football.
Right, I'm very new to college football. Actually, it's out of pure boredom and just wanting to gamble more, I guess. And
that's an addiction.
This is the first. This is the first year I really did college, though.
Yeah,
I will say, because all the other times I would take the major games. This year I was like, I'm gonna really try and game this out. And you get a sense, you're like, well, that team is absolute horseshit. Either they're horseshit or they're great.
Yeah.
There's no.
Well, the SEC wins everything. It doesn't matter. My favorite team is whoever is playing Alabama because I don't like Nick Saban.
Yeah, no, did you? I mean, in Georgia, that story was unbelievable.
That was great.
That game was following that Sunday night football game, that Monday night college football championship was a snooze fest.
Till the fourth quarter.
Until the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
exactly.
I was like.
The last 8 minutes, I was like, oh, maybe this is a good game. And
but
I just.
That Sunday night game.
Oh, my God. Was that the greatest football game you've ever seen?
I was like,
life?
I can't believe this is happening. I'm like, and part of me was like, I want a tie.
Once I went to overtime, I go, this has to be a tie.
I want a tie because I just want to hear the sports. I want the screaming and yelling in sports radio the next day.
For those who don't, because we have some foreign people that I've been trying to.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Avita. But for those who don't know what happened, the Raiders were playing against the Chargers on Sunday Night Football.
Right.
Now, if either team won, that means they're in the playoffs. If they tied, they both get into the playoffs. And that was only because the Jacksonville Jaguars somehow beat the Indianapolis Colts earlier in the day.
And I had the Colts.
Of course you did. Who wouldn't have the Colts? I was all fired up. I was nervous that we were going to have to play the Colts. I was like, I don't want to play the fucking Colts.
Now you do.
They smoked us.
Yeah, now you do.
And then the Jaguars beat them. The Jaguars also beat the Bills earlier in the season. Jaguars are weird. But regardless.
I remember that text.
Yeah. And, oh, my God. That
Dude,
was
are you insane? It's the Jaguars. It's a big number, Josh. Nah, you don't understand. I know the Bills. Really? Yeah. Joe Ferguson used to breastfeed me. Okay.
No, yeah, that was the same week as the Texans too. I'm like, and hammer the Texans. Yeah. But so the Jaguars beat the Colts, and it set the stage for this wild circumstance. And everyone was like, well, they should just kneel it all game and tie, which is there's no gamesmanship. Plus they're division rivals. They want to see the other one gone. And so they play this game out, and at one point the Raiders were up 2 touchdowns, and somehow in the final moments, Herbert comes back down the field, only converting 4th downs. By the way,
3 third downs and 4 fourth downs.
They were all 4th downs.
Yeah,
there was 6 total conversions in the final quarter.
And it wasn't like 4th and 1. This was like 4th and 8.
Yeah, 4th
and
and whatever it had to be, which was crazy. 4th and goal, that crazy 4th and goal pass to Mike Williams. So they send it to overtime. And now in overtime, the rules are wonky. If you score a field goal, that means the other team gets a rebuttal. If you score a touchdown, dagger in the heart, it's over. The
Defensive
Raiders
touchdown.
do a field goal.
Yep.
Herbert comes down, they get a field goal. Now it's matched back to 0. The Raiders come down, and it looked like they were going to. Now, if they score a field goal on this drive, they win. Mm-hmm. It looked like they were going to run the clock out.
Yeah, they were just running the ball.
And they were going up to the line slow. The thing was ticking down. They weren't taking timeouts. I really think they were going to just let it go. And then Brandon Staley does what I think is the dumbest move in the history of football coaching since letting Jerry Sandusky have the keys to the facility. He called the timeout and stopped the clock at 34 seconds.
Yep.
What an idiot. Now you forced them to run a play, and it just so happened they gained 16 yards. And Daniel Carlson.
Now it's all different.
Yeah, now they kick the field goal and they win. Yeah. And it's the clock is down to 0 seconds on the board. Yeah. It was the craziest football game.
He called the timeout because he didn't have the right defense in.
That's what he said afterwards.
And he's got the second to last defense in the.
What do you think of that?
You don't have the right defense in your locker room.
There are people that say too. They're like, well, they would have just run a play and gotten however many yards anyway. But I really think like. Force them to then kick it. I think they would have just let it go down because they don't want to risk a block.
Yeah.
They don't want to risk a fumble. So they would have just kind of been happy to let it die down. But once you let them get that close, they're like, well, shit, let's just pray they don't block it, I guess.
I thought about, you remember Belichick in the Seattle Super Bowl when the clock was running?
Yes.
And it was a documentary after, I forget what it was on ESPN, I was watching it. And someone asked him about, because he was going to call the timeout. He goes, no, let them worry about the clock. Yeah. And that's just experience. That's just experience. No, that's the feel. That's not analytics. That's a guy who's lived and breathed football his whole life going, I feel it. Let them worry about it.
That's why when he beat us earlier in the year, I was like, that's just another. He's going to never forget that game, and that's what I hate the most because he's going to be like, remember that game in Buffalo? I ran it 46 times, and I only threw it 4 times.
And it was cold.
Sweet. Yeah, and I won. It was pretty sweet, huh? He'll always remember that one. I hate that. But I have to tell the folks at home, I have to update them a little bit. I don't know if this is coming out. Kirsten, tell me if this comes out at all. And is like,
what's going to come out of it?
I don't know.
Just like aliens? Should I sit
there? There is like a string.
You got to move your mic a little bit to your right to see it.
I don't want to show it.
Okay, then keep your mic exactly where it is.
Thank you. But where the lump was, it no longer is.
Good.
I had left the studio last time I did. I was ranting and raving about how I don't know what this is on my face, but it's bothersome. It came out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. And it got so big that it actually started choking me.
Oof.
So I went to the ER. Have you ever been to an ER?
I have.
Oh, my Lord. I mean, it is. This hospital is not but 2 blocks from my house. I thought I walked into Darfur. Right. I mean, it is wild. And I checked in at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. What time do you think they saw me?
This morning.
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
Dude, it was 13 hours before I was, seen by a doctor.
Jesus.
13 hours.
Did the thing get bigger?
As I was sitting there, I kept telling them, I'm like, it's getting bigger. I told them, it's totally bigger than when I got here.
God bless. It knows your address. You're next. We have to stop it.
I got to say a shout out. There was a dude named Jordan. He was a security guard there that was really cool. He listens to the show. Mm-hmm. He was just trying to help out as much as he could. But I mean, it's no one's fault that works there. The deluge of people that are coming in there. Mm-hmm. And everyone's like, oh, COVID. No, it was the homeless. The firefighters kept dropping off homeless people.
Yeah.
And they everyone's like, oh, the COVID people are taking up the beds. It's the homeless people that are taking up the beds. I got to tell you, it's wild. And because of COVID, they make you wait outside.
Yeah.
So
you were outside for 13 hours?
Oh, yeah. Well, for 6 of it, they let me be inside. Because I thought when they brought me in at that point, I go, here we go, finally. Thank God. It's only been 7 hours.
Right. So you've been outside for 7 hours and then they brought you in.
And then they brought me in and I go, here we go. I thought we were ready. And then no, it was another waiting room.
Inside for 7 hours.
Inside, yeah.
See, at least it happened that way. Because if it happened the other way, if you were inside for 7 hours, get out.
Yeah, no, that's
now you gotta
the
wait
worst.
outside.
Yeah, now you got to wait outside. And we're doing this procedure outside. But it was, they gave me they put me in a room.
Right.
And this guy, I'm fucking delusional because I've been up the whole time. And now they're and they drained. I wish I could have filmed them draining it.
Right.
Oh my God, so much shit came out. I could hear it.
Did it? Well, what was it? Is it like?
It was an abscess.
Okay, thank
That
God.
they
I
think
thought it was
from,
like
like,
that
a ingrown
Twilight
hair.
Zone when the ventriloquist guy is actually growing at the dummy's growing out of the guy.
Me too.
Like there was another Potter coming out of your neck.
Yeah, they said maybe they don't. I have to go to another doctor that's going to find like the cause and if this is like a severe problem or not. But they said it's probably just an ingrown hair. And so
I had that.
Yeah.
It never got to that.
Right. It's just like an ingrown hair that like got something like infected or whatever, and so it made an abscess. So that's what the theory is for now. We'll see if that's what it is.
Right.
But so they packed it after they drained it and everything like that. And now I'm on painkillers and shit. So I appreciate you coming in here and helping me out. And doing the show.
I'm glad you're all right.
Thank you. No,
that's
it was
scary.
And Dr. Drew did help me out. By the way, everyone's like, "Why didn't you call Dr. Drew? Why don't you call?" Dr. Drew has a life, and he's not my doctor, but I did call him, and he did help me out a great deal. So thank you to Dr. Drew.
He's a good guy. I just saw him at Caroline's in New York. I did a spot with
no way.
Jeff Ross, and he was there.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, how was New York? I saw you were out there doing the pods and everything.
New York was great. I still got my little apartment.
Nice. Okay.
And I'll be honest with you, I'm a better comic in New York because I can go to the cellar every night.
Sure.
You know, we just talk about getting reps and doing stuff in. So, and there's more to draw from because you're in the city.
Yeah, there's things, everything's happening.
Stimulus, and you actually have to get in the city. Like here, the goal is isolation.
The
goal is I want to work at a studio with Gates. I want Gates on the house.
It's so true. And here, like, I walk around all over the place here. I was saying too, when I left the hospital, they're like, "How are you getting home?" I'm like, "Walking." They're like, "Oh, we would have not given you narcotics if we knew you were walking."
No, that's fun.
And that's what I said. I go, "No, it's going to make the walk I'm not that far, I promise."
Yeah. Now it's a stroll.
I had fucking bandages on my hand, on my arms. I looked like a fucking guy you don't want to talk to at a bus stop. You know what I'm saying? Like that guy. It was weird. But, here I walk all over the place. I don't understand why people don't walk more here.
Yeah.
Because it's beautiful.
I think a lot when I walk. You know, I'll put my headphones on and I'll disappear. Because I process again, we're talking about writing new stuff. I process by listening. So I'll just listen to my game tape. Mm-hmm. And even if I'm not conscious of it, the machine's working on something. And then when you riff, something comes out. You're like, oh, all right.
That's exactly. I'm better at like saying something on stage and then listening back. Mm-hmm. I work that way too, audio-wise.
Yeah. I
can't like read it on a paper.
Yeah, I'm dyslexic.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
so you literally can't.
Yeah, I'm twisted backwards, and I process better by listening, and I have ADD, so I got a lot of shit.
Yeah, listening is good then for ADD, right? Because it's kind of all like, especially with headphones or whatever, it's like kind of, I don't know, surrounding.
Well,
you.
it's kind of there, you know, like because the thing with my ADD is whatever I'm focusing on, if it's gone. You know, if you're listening to it, there's always something going on. So even if I drift away, I can come back to it, and I don't forget to do it. You know?
I see.
It's object impermanence, I think it's called.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
And I had all this shit before they diagnosed it.
That's crazy. Yeah.
They were just like, nah, I think there's something really fucking wrong with it. Could be an ingrown hair, you know.
Adam's just different.
This is the way they treated ADD when I was a kid.
Yeah, they were just like,
sit down!
Get in the corner!
That was it.
I remember, like, because I came up in the 90s, you know, and I guess I went to high school in the, 2000 to 2004, and there was a kid in my elementary school who had, like, whatever it is, when you have the shaky leg thing going on, but his was, like, he had to, like, stand up and shit. Like,
okay.
And the teachers kind of knew, because I remember I'd see him doing it, no one would yell at him. But then I would always be like, why does he get to fucking walk around? I want to walk around.
Yeah, I want to shake.
Yeah, I want to, like, get up and stretch and shit. But if I were to do it, they would be like, Josh, what the fuck are you doing?
Sit down.
Sit down, you fucking idiot. Well, my roaches, it's a new year here in 2022. We have all sorts of goals set for ourselves, whether it be to lose weight or have a healthier lifestyle, get all our lumps checked and things like that. But thanks to the folks at Babbel, I think there's a new thing that should come to the top of your list as far as goals for the new year. That's learning a new language. And now it's easier than ever. Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. That is the most important part because we live busy lives. We don't have time to crack a book sometimes or to sit down and take a lesson. Well, Babbel's got it right on your phone, my friend. Other language learning apps, they use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel's lessons were created by over 100 language experts. Their teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective, and with Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you to improve your pronunciation and accent. There's so many ways you can learn with Babbel. In addition to the lessons that they provide, you can also access their podcasts, games, videos, even stories, things like that. So you can actually use it in a way that you would, apply regular language. You can use it in sorts of movies and things like that. Watch a scene, something like that. So start your new language journey today with Babbel. Right now, I'm going to hook you up, friend. You can purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, and you're going to get an additional 3 months for free. That's boom, 6 months for the price of 3. Just go to Babbel.com, use promo code Josh. That's Babbel.com, code Josh. Babbel, language for life. Today's Josh Potter Show also brought to us by TruNiagen, and boy, did TruNiagen help your boy out today. I'm kind of worse for wear, I'm coming out of the hospital. I'm a little groggy. I'm on meds, and TruNiagen helped clear my brain up a little bit to do this podcast today. And I don't know, maybe to keep up with all the work and sufficient supply of essential molecules, I need that NAD+, my friend. It's got to be maintained for cells to perform their normal functions. I don't know what I just read, but I'm going to tell you right now, I needed it, and it worked out great. Sometimes we're always, pounding the coffee. I'm pounding Red Bulls left and right. I got to get that out of my life and stick with TruNiagen because it does all that, and it does that while creating ATP for cellular energy and repairing your cells and supporting healthy mitochondria. Again, no fucking idea what any of that really means, but I know it gives you a little extra boost. It gives you the energy without having to reach for that extra cup of coffee, and it helps you along the day, my friend, especially now that we're getting back into the swing of things after the holidays. Whew, you're going to need it, my friend. So since taking TruNiagen, I feel at peace knowing it is researched by the top scientific institutions in the world. Right now, new customers can save 20% on their first purchase by going to TruNiagen.com/Potter. Use code Potter. That's TruNiagen.com/Potter. Use code Potter to save 20% on your first purchase. TruNiagen.com/Potter. Use code Potter. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Today's Josh Potter Show also brought to us by Manscaped. And I got to tell you, this whole thing in my neck caused by an ingrown hair, I wish I could use Manscaped for my face. Maybe I'm going to start, as a matter of fact. Right now, though, it is considered widely to be the global leader in below-the-waist grooming. Maybe we should bring it above the waist and see how it is there, because holy hell, I could use it, my friend. But right now they got the Performance Package 4.0 out and the brand new Ultra Premium Body Wash. Inside the Performance Package 4.0, you're going to find yourself the Signature Lawnmower 4.0. Boom. That's the electric trimmer designed to trim hair on loose skin. And by loose skin, they are talking about your scrotum. Mine's kind of taut, though, so that's why I wanted to be clear that we're discussing that area of the body, because when I say loose skin, it's not loose for everybody. It'll work on tight balls as well. So make sure you snag it up. Performance Package 4.0 also comes with the advanced skin-safe technology that reduces cuts and nicks on your delicate nuts. That's with the lawnmower that has that technology. It also comes with the Crop Preserver and Crop Reviver. These are wonderful because they make your balls smell delicious. Perfect for consumption. To complete the set, Manscaped also threw in their Shed Travel Bag. Now, I use this thing, I throw my toothbrush in there. I use this thing on the road all the time. Thank you to Manscaped for providing that. You can get all this and more if you go check out manscaped.com, and be sure to use our exclusive offer of 20% off plus free shipping by using code JOSH. That's manscaped.com/Josh, code Josh. Cheers to new balls in 2022, my friend. But we got some sports stuff coming up here. I wanted to get to some video footage
of
various things, but let's get into the sports. We got theme music. Beep 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 beep. All right, and first up we have a little something that I don't know how I feel about these. And let me know if you feel anything, because it's only the last couple of years that they really started pointing this out. Adam Schefter will tweet a whole bunch of them, but it's these player incentive bonuses. Now I knew that they existed,
right?
But once I started getting the notifications about them hitting them, or like what they have to do to get them and how much money it is, I started like, I don't know if it was just jealousy or something like that, but like. You read, like Stephon Diggs, he had to get 6 catches in the game against the Jets to make like $500,000.
I don't think it's joke. I think it's rage.
It's rage? It's rage. It's rage.
$500,000 for 6. Me and you can catch the ball 6 times against the fucking Jets.
But even still, I remember I told you, because you asked me, like, what do you think about the spread? And I said, I feel like it might end up being a close game because they're going to dick around trying to get the incentive bonuses.
Yeah.
And I noticed that they do it every now and then, and one that was egregious, and they've been egregious about it these last couple of years, is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Gronkowski and Brady going after theirs. Here's a video of them having like a communication about it.
Let's go, I need one more. Yeah. If I don't get the 7th catch, I have to go get a real job.
All we got to see is Gronkowski get his catch here. What does that mean? Cha-ching. Gronkowski has his catch bonus.
Tom, good pass, dog. Thank you, dog.
You just got a milli?
Yeah, I got a milli.
You got a milli?
Oh, I got a milli. We going. Where we going?
To the city.
Yeah, we going to the We going to the city. With my milli.
Bunch of rich guys dancing.
Yep.
That's insane to me. That's that little out route, 3 yards, boom, $1 million. No difference on the game, no difference on anything other than a number and a stat sheet.
So did you figure out how you feel about it?
I just don't understand. I get like, I read them and I go like, that's crazy. And then you want to see if they hit it, of course. And then now with this 18-game season, people are breaking records more and more. Like I was like sitting there like, is TJ Watt going to break Michael Strahan's record for sacks? He tied it, and he did it in, his isn't as egregious as some of these other records breaking because it is 18 games. His was in 15 games.
Yeah.
So he actually did it less than Michael Strahan, which is crazy, but he tied
Strahan's
it.
got the asterisk on it.
Yeah, because Favre took a dive and let him tap him.
Yeah. I love that. I love the fact that he did that.
You love that he came back in the game? Me too. I like that they are friendly enough that I do like that part of it. Like Josh Allen, you could tell was throwing the digs to get him the 6 catches. And they did it in the first half.
Yeah.
And now when he was playing the Patriots, we had this video last week. Stephon Diggs gets a touchdown, and the big boom mics they have on the networks pick up the players talking. So he runs to the end zone, and he says, you, and I think he says, suck my fucking dick.
Okay.
But the rest of the world hears, shut the fuck up, for some reason.
All right.
I think it's clear as day. It's like Yanni Laurel situation. Let me see what you think it is.
Allen delivers, touchdown! Stephon Diggs! Allen delivers, touchdown! Stephon Diggs!
I think he said, suck my fucking dick, Josh.
Right?
Yes.
And I would be
Josh.
like, yes, sir, Mr. Diggs.
No, it was, I heard
Do
suck
you
my
need your
fucking
dick sucked, Stephon? That'd be me, like on the. You got anything? You need me to suck your dick? Yeah. No, but is that what you heard, right?
Yeah.
So there are people that are saying that he said shut the fuck up. So now they're like selling shirts that say shut the fuck up on them.
Okay.
I know. I guess like suck my fucking dick isn't as sellable on a shirt.
Right.
But still, he didn't
shut
say
the
that.
fuck up. That's something for the children. What?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not that much better, and it's not accurate.
Okay.
But people are in my comments. They're like, he said, "Shut the fuck up." It's clear as day. I'm like, what are they hearing?
Nah, I heard the other one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And the other video we had, what was that one? Kirsten Kodak Black is at a Florida Panthers game here. Oh, we got that other one too. Yeah. But I wanted to show this one. Have you ever made love in a stadium?
I have not.
I would like to do it, I think. Maybe not the whole act, but I think fingers in a stadium would be fun.
Well, you're a gentleman.
Yeah, exactly. I would like to service the lady. But Kodak Black, let's see. People they were spying on him. And I don't know if this is just dancing or what. Yeah, we don't need the music. There he is back there. Do you see him? It's tough to see.
It's tough to see.
There he is, yes. And there he's grinding on a lady. Very Urban Meyer-esque.
Mm-hmm.
But he's in the privacy of a suite. I don't like these like spy cameras coming. I thought he would be out and about in the crowd. He's like in a private suite.
Not enough to tell.
Not enough evidence.
Not enough evidence to tell.
And
ruling on the field stands.
I think that would be the ultimate. There are some of these stadiums now, some of these new ones that have hotel rooms inside them.
Really?
That you can sleep in the hotel room and like you open the window and it's like there's the field.
Jeez. The Veterans Stadium used to have a jail.
Yeah, underground, underneath
jail.
The field, right?
Yeah, in Philly.
They still don't have that.
I don't know if
they got to put something in there. It's Philly.
Yeah.
Did you see? Speaking of Philly, Jalen Hurts almost got trampled. Astro World style when the FedEx Field.
The FedEx Field, yeah, that dump.
Broke. Yeah, that place is like leaking sewage from the roofs on people.
That's a dump. Dan Snyder, man. What else does he have to do for the league to go sell the team? You got to sell the friggin' thing.
I don't know. And those emails, nothing came out other than Gruden getting fired.
Oh, they're never going to come out.
What they didn't find anything.
You think that's the only thing they found all kinds of shit. There's no written record of what they found.
Well, that's what Gruden is. Gruden is going to be the Crusader, I believe.
He's going to be Serpico, like the new police department.
He's going to come out and he's going to be like, hey, you leaked all this shit about me. What else were in those emails? He's going to get the whole thing.
They're not going to release anything.
He's going to sue.
Okay.
But you don't think he'll win? Because he got fired, he lost his life because of his emails. He's like, well, then the rest, he wants to pull the rest of it out.
He's a millionaire. They are billionaires.
True.
He loses.
God, it is fucked up. And I am not a millionaire, and that's why I spend 13 hours in an emergency room.
That's it. I'm not a millionaire either. That's why I'm at the Dallas Improv. January 21st through the 23rd, Addison, Texas, and the 26th through the 30th, CB Live in Phoenix, Arizona.
Hell yeah. Did you see this guy, Kevin Porter Jr.? He plays for the Houston Rockets, right? Am I right? And he had a little incident with an announcer. We've had many announcer incidents on this program, and we talk about this quite often. Little gaff on the mic here from his last name is Consor. I don't remember he was like filling in this guy too, right?
Okay.
Let's hear it.
What a well-designed play, and you got to give credit. Kevin Porter Jr., like his dad, pulled that trigger right at the right time. Boy, that one stung.
Pulled the trigger at the right time. Now, you think that's like innocuous enough, you know?
But
turns out Kevin Porter Sr., his father, shot a woman.
There you go.
Back in the day.
There you go.
And this guy didn't even know that.
No, I didn't either.
What's hilarious about him saying that, he thought, because there was a Kevin Porter that played in the NBA years ago, so he assumed Kevin Porter Jr. that was his
the other
son.
guy.
Not his dad. His dad was actually a criminal who literally shot a woman when he was a kid.
Well, you can't blame the guy for that.
Right? He's like,
I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Please accept my apology. I don't want to piss your dad off. He's had a history.
Yeah, that too. He's like, can you imagine, though, him just... you can't fuck that up any worse.
Yeah. It's like giving Scott Norwood directions. Just go wide right. Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's just wild to me. I can't even imagine... another fuck up like that, like it's just such a coincidence. Golly, Kevin Porter Sr.
What did Kevin Porter Jr. Did he get pissed off, or did he?
No, the world got pissed off. Twitter got pissed off. I don't know if Kevin Porter Jr. had a reaction. There wasn't any update as far as that goes. But everyone was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" And he's like, "Wait, what did I say?" He didn't even remember. And then he's like, "Well, it's because his dad's got a good jump shot too." And he's like, "No, that's not his dad." And his dad happened to do this whole thing.
Yeah.
So
it was the murder.
Yeah, it wasn't a murder, I don't think, but she did live. So lucky for him.
Okay.
Did we have any other videos, Kirsten? I don't remember my list.
Nope, those are all of them.
Oh, and here, let me see if I just got all the details right on that. Let's see, yes. Porter's father, Brian Kevin Porter Sr., spent 4.5 years in prison after pleading guilty to first-degree manslaughter. So she did die.
She did die.
In the 93 shooting death of a woman. In 2004, Porter Jr. was 4 when his father was also shot multiple times and killed after trying to help a woman who was being attacked in a Seattle bar.
Okay.
So he's got obviously a difficult history with people pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
You know?
Not a phrase he likes to hear.
So this poor
Especially when
fucking
uttered
guy.
by a prosecuting attorney.
I don't even think this guy, Glenn Consor is his name.
Okay.
He was like filling in. He's not even the Wizards like full broadcast guy. So
I can't blame the guy for that.
I can't either. It's a really, I feel bad for the guy that he just said, some innocuous phrase and it happened to line up awfully.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I'm the substitute teacher. What do you want from me?
And now his broadcasting career is like, you're the guy that Kevin Porter Jr. thing? That's pretty wild. Yeah, no, it's exactly what happened. He thought it was his father was the player that used to play for, I don't know what team, it doesn't say. Anywho, that's all that it has to be for that. Let's get into some news stories, shall we?
Yes.
How are you doing over there? You need more coffee?
No, I'm good.
You good? You can Adam's like, what the hell did I agree to do here?
No.
It's got sound effects and everything.
I like it.
I'm so happy that I didn't go to this doctor, by the way, that's in the news. This doctor, this is from Logan in North Carolina, a Roach reporter out there. This doctor in the UK has been removed from the country's medical register after branding patients' livers with his initials.
What?
Yeah. He was going in there and burning his initials on there, like leaving his calling card.
Is he a liver doctor?
I want to find out. The incidents occurred in February and August when Simon Bramhall used a surgical device to write his initials in transplanted livers at the end of 2 surgeries. So apparently he was transplanting the livers.
So he's a transplant surgeon, and he's an artist signing his work.
And he was just being like, I want everyone to know this was me. You know, when they're on the autopsy. When would you need to know?
Can you tell by an X-ray?
I don't think so because it goes through an organ, right? To see the inside of the organ. I learned what a CT scan or whatever that is this weekend.
Yeah.
Because the guy, he explained to me, he's like, it's like a loaf of bread and you can take out the different slices.
Okay.
So you can see through like the layers of your bones and everything, take out the slices. I was like, oh, no shit. And now I'm going to find out how much one costs. So I can't wait to get that bill.
Good for you.
I'm excited to see how much it costs.
So how did they find out that it doesn't say?
Well, the 1.6-inch initials were discovered by another doctor when an organ transplanted by Bramhall failed after about a week, according to the BBC. In 2017, he pleaded guilty and was convicted of 2 counts of common assault. He resigned from his job at Birmingham's Queen Elizabeth Hospital in 2014 and had been suspended from practicing for at least 5 months in December 2020. So he's got a long history here. But he wanted everyone to know that this liver's a Bramhall, you know?
Yeah.
I would want my work to be known, too, if it was exceptional.
Yeah, but I don't know. Does it screw up the liver?
I don't. The one failed, so maybe it had something to do with it. It doesn't quite say if they were mutually exclusive sorts of things.
I've carved my initials into trees before with an old girlfriend.
Yeah, at least he was just doing his
12.
initials. He wasn't like putting a heart around it with his wife.
Yeah.
That would be wild. Would that be, now, if you were a woman...
Yeah.
Would that be the ultimate chivalry or something like sign of
That's an
love?
old romantic. I got
exactly.
my wife's initials on this hip replacement. Anyone can get a tattoo.
I put my wife's initials on every organ I transplant.
There you go.
I love you, baby. I love you.
Who's Phyllis? That's the name of my liver.
While they said Bramhall was of previous good character, removing him from the medical register was the appropriate punishment. Even though they provided life-saving care, it was still in gross violation of his patient's dignity and autonomy. So the people did get good livers at the end of it. That, I feel like, is going to get lost in the story.
Okay.
But, they had to get rid of him because he was mutilating them at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I would tell my doctor, if he wanted to, I'd be like, you can put your initials on it.
You want a Bramhall on your neck?
Sure. If you did it, if I want everyone to know this is a Bramhall, if it's good, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
My doctor was Dr. Park, he went in there. And then I was like when he was doing it, by the way, it was supposed to be numb, but he didn't numb all of it. And I was in so much pain that I was like you ever watch like a Saving Private Ryan? You know, like Giovanni Ribisi when he's like dying on the table. That was me. I was just like, and my legs were fucking kicking and shit. Dude, it was gnarly. I wish I filmed it, but I was in
so much pain,
immense pain.
Yeah.
I had my phone ready to like film, but I was clutching the sides of because I couldn't. You know, you can't fuck around with your neck. You gotta keep it. You gotta keep it still.
It's not like you got 2 of those. Like a kidney, all right.
You gotta keep it still. Otherwise, you're gonna have to Bramhall yourself, and he's gonna be having to sign my corpse over here. But
I don't know if I'd want his. I'd let him keep the hair.
I don't think they got the hair. No. I don't know. Maybe it came out in the wash with everything else. Another story here brought to us by Charlie Lopez. So many new Roach reporters in 2022. Thank you for sending in your stuff. This one's about a cop who got into a little trouble. Is it because of something that has to do with race? I don't think so. I think it's something else. Matthew Lee Sepulveda, 25, was found guilty on 2 counts of violations of civil rights following a 2-day trial. Ooh, maybe it is race-related. Nope. The jury heard from the 2 victims. The first explained that after he was arrested, Sepulveda took him from the jail cell and escorted him to another office at the police department. Sepulveda then began asking him questions of a sexual nature and performed oral sex on him. The victim testified because Sepulveda was a police officer, he was scared and did not think he could leave. I mean, if you're getting blown, right. You might as well...
Look, I'm a criminal. I'm not rude.
Yeah. It just be thankful. I mean, there's people like George Floyd. I mean, we could name the whole list. If only that cop blew George Floyd. You know what I'm saying?
Can't we all just get along?
Yeah. I think there should be more cops out there blowing
protect
people.
And serve.
Yeah, right.
He just has a different
that's
way
for
of doing
sure.
it.
Yeah, he served them up pretty good. It's basically this guy saying like, well, I started getting blown by the cop. What am I gonna?
Yeah.
Punch him in the head, take him off.
He's got a gun.
Yeah, exactly. You're lucky he didn't make you blow him.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was my next question.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're the person in charge, you know, it's like, take your dick out, let me blow you. That's a little, you got to be the guy that's.
Yeah, that's cognitive dissonance. That's 2 different things going on at the same time.
Apparently he did this quite often, though. The second victim was taken to the police department because he was unable to contact his parents following a traffic stop, in which he was the passenger, the release stated. He described how Sepulveda took him to an office located within the police department where he began asking the victim questions of a sexual nature again and also performed oral sex on him. So this guy's just
He's
blowing.
got a pattern.
What do you think his sexual questioning is? You know, he's like, where were you the night I jerked off to the idea of this? Like, what is he? What is he?
Do you know how fast you were going? No, officer. Do you know your pants are too tight? Take them off.
Do you know how fast you're coming?
Yes, do you? Don't. Stay within the speed limit. I want to get my money's worth.
God,
was that your initials? Oh, that's just wrong.
I can't think of a better situation than getting arrested and blown at that point. I would be like, did I win or did I lose? I don't know.
Let me ask you something. Would your insurance go up? That's my question.
That's a good question. You mean for the traffic stop?
For the traffic stop.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd let it blow me, but just I don't want my insurance to go up.
Yeah. Keep the points off.
Yeah.
And I'll let you blow me. You know?
I got pulled over. I was driving from here, Los Angeles to San Francisco. And you get pulled over, like, if you ever go to Kings County, don't speed because they need the money.
Yeah.
They pulled me over, and I was bad. And he's like, here's your ticket. It was the most polite cop I ever. He goes, here's your ticket, sir. I wrote you up for only 15 over, and if you go to the online school for the defensive driving, there'll be no points on your license and nothing. Oh. Like, he knows.
Yeah, he knows. That's that's kind of like in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
The state troopers on the highway, same deal. It's all a grab, and they tell you, they're like, here you go. I kept it. I actually shaved 2 miles per hour off because otherwise you get 2 points.
Yeah, if it's 15 over.
Yeah, exactly. So they know the whole racket. If you're cool to them, they're cool to you in a way. There's like a little bargain, but it is all. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten pulled over, and I've just wish it resulted in a blowjob as opposed to the things that it resulted in. I mean, I'd take a blowjob over getting fucked in the ass any day. Catch my drift. By golly. Today's Josh Potter Show also brought to us by ExpressVPN. Now, not using ExpressVPN on your internet, that's like walking into a store and leaving your keys in the car and leaving it running. Yeah, sure, when you come out, it might be there still. You know? But what if you come out and it's gone? I used to have a car I wish that happened to, but I'm sure you don't wish that happens to your car, and I'm certain you're hoping that doesn't happen regarding your internet security. Every time you connect to an unencrypted network, this could be in a cafe, a hotel, on the airport, any hacker on the same network can gain access to your personal data. So ExpressVPN providing you with that security, it doesn't take much technical knowledge to hack someone. I couldn't do it, but there are people who are even maybe just slightly smarter than me that can figure it out. They just need some cheap hardware. That's all it is. But ExpressVPN knows your data is valuable. And they know that hackers can make up to $1,000 per person selling personal info into the dark web. So they want to protect you over there at ExpressVPN. They've got their encrypted tunnel. It creates a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet. Hackers can't jump in and steal your sensitive data. It's super secure. It'd take a hacker with a supercomputer over 1 billion years to get past ExpressVPN's encryption, and it's easy to use. You can fire up the app, click one button, and you can get protected right away. It works on all your devices, your phones, your laptops, your tablets, and more. So stay secure on the go. Scoop up ExpressVPN. You can also watch Dodgers games if you live in LA, I found out. That's pretty cool. So secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/Josh. That's expressvpn.com/Josh. And you get an extra 3 months for free. expressvpn.com/Josh. Today's Josh Potter Show is also brought to us by LiquidIV. It's a new year, my friend. No better way to kick off 2022 than making sure you're feeling your best self. I'm a little worse for wear, but, you know, that's no reason not to stay hydrated over here. And boy, oh boy, it's important, they said, for me to stay hydrated. I said, oh, do I have the thing for that? And that's LiquidIV. 1 stick of LiquidIV in 16 ounces of water hydrates faster and more efficiently than water does alone. LiquidIV has incredible hydration flavors like watermelon, lemon lime, strawberry, pina colada, which is one that I just started dabbling with. I hadn't had the pina colada. Now I'm like, is that my favorite? It might be. So I've been popping these things. They've been helping my recovery a lot too. Like I said, they've told me I have to stay hydrated, and I go, I have just the thing for that. So I'm popping in the sticks left and right, pounding them like you wouldn't believe. 1 stick of LiquidIV in 16 ounces of water. Like I said, hydrates faster, more efficiently than water alone. It contains 5 essential vitamins, 3 times the electrolytes than traditional sports drinks, made with premium ingredients, no GMO, and free from gluten, dairy, and soy. So right now, grab LiquidIV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code Josh at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order when you use promo code Josh at liquidiv.com. Experience better hydration today at liquidiv.com. Use code Josh. There's a couple other cops in the news. California appeals court has upheld the firing of 2 Los Angeles police officers who were caught playing Pokemon Go instead of responding to a robbery at the Crenshaw Mall in 2017. And they just this was a news story that just came out, but they just finished the investigation and released this.
Were the cops 12?
Yeah, right. And
How
also,
old were the
because I was
cops?
going to say, like in 2017, I guess Pokemon Go is still a thing, but no, the cops are of old enough age. They were going after a Snorlax, which is very rare. So,
Okay.
yeah, it is in their defense. But the Crenshaw Mall, too, it's like they were probably like, there's a robbery.
There'll be a
there.
robbery tomorrow.
Yeah, there'll
We'll
be
get that one.
exactly. We'll cover them both at the same time. But the decision is the latest in a years-old case that drew outrage from police officers. They led to a unanimous verdicts by administrative panels of the officers of Louis Lozano and Eric Mitchell should be fired, and then slowly made its way through the courts as the officers waged a legal battle to overturn their terminations. What do you do as a defense for that?
Yeah.
What's your defense? The Snorlax is rare.
Yeah.
Everyone would have gone after
Did they
the
have a
Snorlax.
defense?
Let's see here. It says this is the recanting of the incident here. When a call for a robbery in progress with multiple suspects at the Crenshaw Mall came in, a captain in the area responded, but Lozano and Mitchell, who were also in the area, did not, raising questions as to their whereabouts. from their patrol supervisor. Gomez radioed Lozano and Mitchell to see whether they could respond to the mall, but got no response. Later, Gomez questioned Lozano and Mitchell about the incident, and they said they had been in a park with loud music engaging with community members and hadn't heard the radio call. We were doing some feel-good stuff, dancing with some of the locals in the park, making a YouTube video.
Were they in the park? Because you can track your phone. I mean, they're cops.
Sure.
They got to know that.
They might have been chasing the Snorlax in the park. Gomez, still uneasy about the incident the next day, decided to review the in-car video from their vehicle to see what was going on. According to court records, from that video, he determined the officers had heard the radio call, discussed it, and decided not to respond. Screw it, Lozano allegedly said, according to the court records. A subsequent internal affairs investigation revealed the officers were instead playing Pokemon Go at the time. The in-car video showed that the 5 minutes after Lozano said screw it, Mitchell alerted Lozano that a specific Pokemon character, known as a Snorlax, was projected as being nearby in the game. The video then showed the officers discussing Pokemon for the next 20 minutes as they drove to different locations where the virtual creatures apparently appeared on their mobile devices. The officers gave various excuses for their actions, according to the records. Here's where the defenses come in, including that the captain who had responded to the robbery had not requested backup. However, police officers police officials nonetheless charged the officers with multiple counts of misconduct, according to court records, including for failing to respond to a robbery in progress, making misleading statements to supervisors and investigators, and playing Pokemon Go while on patrol in their police vehicle. Because, I mean, think about it. That is an unfair advantage in the Pokemon Go world to be able to be like, let's turn on the sirens. We can get there quicker. You know what I mean?
And to call for backup because there's a Snorlax.
Yeah, we got to handle. We can't rein in this Snorlax here. We got a Charmander on the loose. We got to go take care of. Your kids play this shit?
No, and neither should grown men.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I remember when this came out, I saw grown-ups doing it.
All right. There were people walking off cliffs.
Yeah, there are people just walking into. I mean, I do it on my own just because I'm blind. I walk into moats and things. But people were walking into water. They were walking off docks. It was wild. A wild time in our history, folks. If you don't know Pokemon Go, go check out all the details of that if you'd like. I don't even know what kids are playing these days. As far as
I'm playing.
I'm still playing the same things.
I'm playing professional football.
Me too.
That's what. And I don't do fantasy. I never.
You don't do fantasy?
No, it's like my buddy goes, "Why don't you do fantasy? What are you fantasizing about? There's a real fucking game on."
I do not like the name. That's the thing. It makes. I mean, fantasy football and Red Zone go.
Red Zone
together like.
Yeah, Red Zone for me is just
jelly.
like. Although if it's a good like that I'm going to go back to the Charger Raider game. That was a standalone game.
Yes.
And it kept my interest. It was
yes, there are those, but that's what you hope for the prime times.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's when I have a situation where it's like there's 5 games on.
Yeah.
I want to see everything. And in Red Zone, I have sat down and I go, I've got to take a piss. And I go, I'll wait for a commercial. There are no commercials. And I've gone from like halftime of the 1 o'clock games to like halftime of the 4 o'clock games, just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because I can't get up to piss.
I know, and I'm like, I would do the same thing. Like, I got to pee, and then Andrew Siciliano, his ears used to just fucking.
Oh, you're a Siciliano guy? I'm Scott Hansen.
Well, now I'm Hansen because he's just on now.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know where Siciliano.
He was on DirecTV or Dish or one of those. I don't know why they did 2 different ones.
More money,
I guess, but it's like, why not just pipe in the Hansen one to all the people? Because that was I love Siciliano as a talking head, but he wasn't as good at Red Zone. Maybe it wasn't I don't know if it's the producers, I don't know, but the Hansen version is just on top of everything.
Yeah,
and always there. It's my favorite.
I remember when I was a kid, I know you're East Coast. You said 1 and 4, and we're out here, and it's 10.
Oh, sure.
So there was a 1 o'clock game and a 4 o'clock game, and my father had the big TV, the Zenith, which was a piece of furniture, and then the little black and white Sony on top when there was the double header.
Oh, now that's
so now
living.
We're doing this.
There you go.
And that was it. It was all over after 4 o'clock.
Now you can have computers. You can have all kinds of stuff. I know people that have like, and this is my dream.
Go ahead.
While I'm single, and maybe it's going to prolong me being single, I want to get like 4 TVs.
Okay.
And have like the whole spread. Get the package. Get everything on them. Maybe one big one in the middle and some on the outside of it, 2 on each side of it. and have the
Do you
red
want
zone
a
in the
Buffalo
middle.
Wild
I
Wings?
do. I want a Buffalo Wild
That's
Wings
what you
in my
want.
living room.
That's what you want.
My own private one, though.
Yeah.
And then at night I can turn on all the hockey games. Oh, that would be
Good.
I would also gamble away my entire life, probably.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm playing the Tampa Improv. This is years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm friends with Phil Esposito. Right, so him, Bridget White come to the house. All right, great. So after the show, we go to the house, a couple of bottles of wine, and I'm like, all right, I got to get back to the hotel. He goes, listen, I've had a little bit to drink. I shouldn't drive. Why don't you just crash here? Okay, great. So I'm staying at Phil's house. He goes, here. He goes, I said, I don't have any clothes. He goes, get him something. So he gives me a hockey jersey to wear to bed. I'm like, what am I, some ice whore? I'm not wearing your friggin' hockey jersey.
Was it Lightning? Tampa Bay Lightning?
No, it was like some jersey.
Oh,
but it was great.
funny.
He had all those trophies and stuff.
Nice.
He was telling me stories.
That's the way they get you. They didn't actually book a hotel.
That's it. Is there a condo? No.
I
you
drank a little too much. Just stay right here.
There you go. This is my friend. He's a police officer. He's going to ask you some questions, take you in the back
That's
room.
so funny. I just saw him a couple months ago.
Yeah?
Or I was at the Tampa Improv, I should say. But, yeah, man, I don't know. I want that, and I can't wait for my new apartment. I'm going to do streams, all kinds of stuff. I was supposed to do a live stream this weekend on my Patreon for the Bills wild card game, but with all this shit going on, I haven't been able to launch the Patreon, and so therefore it did not happen.
Okay.
But soon enough, I'll get that up and running, folks, and I hope you join me on there. In the meantime, I'll be doing things on Twitch. I know that sounds like space age shit, Twitch probably, right? But it's...
No, I've seen
it's just
it's a gamer thing.
but I just use it for live streaming.
Yeah?
You can
Is
use
it
it like
good?
YouTube. Yeah, it's fun. You can just go on there and talk, too. You don't have to play games.
Right.
You can just stare into the screen, and people like watching it. And they can talk back to you, in their thing. This is a wild thing, by the way, this story here. It involves a bit of...
murder.
That's a girl orgasming to murder because, these women, they love murder. Have you seen this?
Yeah, true crime is all female.
Oh, my God, they love it.
You know what I had on my podcast?
Who's
I
that?
had Susan, and I'm blanking on the last name. She wrote a book about the Zodiac. Because the Zodiac is the one that got when I was a kid.
Sure.
I was like,
oh, you were around then?
Yeah.
During,
I was. It was like that weird. I wasn't around. I was a baby, but I remember. I was just enchanted with the whole story because the guy wore a mask. He was the first guy to taunt the police and put stuff in there.
Yeah.
And I remember, and it really happened.
And it was so senseless because it was just random people, and he was just walking up and shooting them, and everyone was like, "This is crazy." And New York was crazy at the time, right?
Well, no, it was in San Francisco. New York
I'm
was
sorry,
crazy
you're right.
with the Son of Sam. Is
That's
that the one
that's what I'm thinking of. I'm sorry. Zodiac is the
Zodiac was the guy in that.
They both
San
killed
Francisco.
young people making out. Right?
Yeah. They were shooting people.
Yeah, my bad. I was thinking
David
Son of Sam.
Berkowitz, because the dog told him to do it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
At the end of the day, that's what it came out to be, and they're all like, the people that spend hours doing that. Did you see there's a new documentary about Son of Sam? That's why it was fresh in my mind, because it's like Sons of Sam. Some guy who is a reporter went insane investigating Son of Sam.
Really?
And so he thinks there's multiple Sons of Sam, and
it's one guy. His name was David Berkowitz.
Yeah.
And you know what I got him? Parking ticket.
Yep.
They traced him through a parking ticket.
It's so wild.
He was in Yonkers living.
But I didn't mean to disrupt your Zodiac's.
Oh no, I had the author
got it
on, and
confused.
she
Thank
said
you.
it was all true crime, and I'm like, I didn't know why it was so female dominated. A lot of and they said she had a great interesting theory. He goes, females are taking their power back by trying to solve these crimes, and it empowers them to do something. It's an act, whatever they got going on in their lives, they're actually physically doing something, trying to solve.
It makes me sick to my stomach, some of it.
Yeah.
And just like going down that path where they're like, oh, and it's like the more gory the detail, they're all like excited. I'm like, I'm not getting joy out of this.
He drank her blood. I gotta go.
Yeah, exactly. I'm good. Yeah, exactly.
That's enough.
But this one's interesting. It's a Ukrainian rapper. Evidently, he cheated on his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And
hard to believe a rapper doing that.
She didn't react great. Let's just put it that way.
I'll put my initials on your liver, you fuck.
I mean, she very well might have, because it says here, a Ukrainian rapper in Russia was allegedly at the moment of death from a drug overdose when his wife decided to chop him up using a knife and a hacksaw.
Ugh.
Following the murder, the suspect fed pieces of the body to rats.
Ugh.
Oh, golly.
How big were the rats?
Right? In in Russia, they must be huge.
I'm just saying, you got to
You've
chop
seen
it up
some
pretty
rats.
small. Like,
I don't know. You saw that pizza rat. He had that whole piece of pizza. He was climbing the stairs with it. So you could throw an. I mean, it's not like you can throw an arm.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to chop up like a finger or a chunk of some kind. It can't be a limb. You're right.
Yeah.
But she chopped them all up, apparently, while Marina admitted to dismembering his body for over 4 days. She denied the murder charges and maintained that he died of a drug overdose. I think that's funny. I didn't kill him.
I just cut him up. It's like,
Who cares what happens after he's dead?
look, I keep a tidy house.
Yeah, right? I can't carry this whole dead rapper out of my house. I got to
Sure.
chop him up. I got a bad back.
God's sake. And the rat's got to eat.
Where am I supposed to put him?
I see this as a
And the
win-win.
rat's got to eat. That's so true. What else are the rats going to eat? My food? Mm-hmm. However, new forensic evidence suggests that the man was in a state of pronounced hypoxia when he was chopped up to pieces and that he died from oxygen starvation, indicating the dismembering occurred shortly, a few minutes, dozens of minutes before his death, meaning he was probably just like, I don't know exactly what that means. Can we write pronounced hypoxia into Google and see what it brings up? I'm going to suggest it probably is something of the fact that he was like, like when you're...
I thought it was just how you say the word. It's pronounced hypoxia.
No. That's a state of pronounced hypoxia. Hypoxia. But yeah, no, I think because he was doing drugs clearly. I think he was kind of like...
I've never done hypoxia, have you?
No, I would like to. I'm on hypoxia right now. I don't even know. I don't know the names of the things I'm on, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, it just says here that hypoxia is a dangerous condition when there's a deficiency of oxygen reaching the tissues.
So he was probably like...
Okay. So would that be brain dead?
Not brain dead, but he was like, he was not awake, basically. He was like, when you're... Like somebody had to go probably give him CPR and he would be like snapping out of it or whatever. But so he was alive when she chopped him up is the point. He was just starving for oxygens at that point. Forensic experts added that at least 8 organs, namely his stomach, pancreas, esophagus, gallbladder, and urinary bladders, intestines, adrenal glands, prostate glands, they were all nowhere to be found.
Really?
So she went in there. She was like, you know,
this is...
She's worse than the Dr. Barnhall.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't know.
I wonder if she was digging around.
Let me see your liver.
Yeah. What if she was digging around? I was like, oh, it's a Barnhall. She found one in there while she was
Took out all the organs.
chopping them up.
Come here, babe. Up, the spleen. Hey, that's good eating. There you go.
Other parts were found in bin liners intended for disposal, while his fingertips were reportedly fed to rats in the yard.
Okay.
Oh, man. Local media reported that not a drop of blood was found. So she does keep a clean house.
That's very Dexter of her.
Yeah. I've never watched that show.
No?
I should start, though. That'll be something I get
I
on.
had Clyde Phillips.
Have you been on it? Oh, I was going to say.
No, Clyde Phillips, who wrote it, I had him on my show.
Nice. You've had some crazy guests on your show.
Yeah, I just had Stevie Van Zandt.
Oh, my goodness.
He was great. He was
That's
telling me
awesome.
all about Bruce and then The Sopranos and stuff. I had him. I had Nathan Lane. I had Joe Buck.
Yeah, that's right.
I had Tony Kornheiser. I had
Did
Michael
Joe Buck
Wilbon.
talk at all about his regret for his Randy Moss mooning comments? I've heard him talk about that every now and then, but
he did. It just came out of him. What was really interesting about it, because his father. I remember. I'm not a big baseball guy, but I remember when he made the speech after 9/11. His father basically gave the country permission to enjoy baseball.
Yeah.
Because he had that gravitas. And I asked him about that because he wasn't well. He was shaking. He wasn't well at all. And Joe told the story that he bet his father $100. He goes, Dad, don't do this. You're going to cry. You're going to cry. And he's like, he wasn't healthy and he was shaking. He's like, he put his finger in my face and said, I will not cry. $100. And he went down there because he was doing the radio and Joe was doing the broadcast. He did the thing. He didn't cry, but I don't know if you remember the speech. It was pretty emotional.
Yeah, for sure.
And then he walked into Joe's booth and goes, where's my $100?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's the kind of shit, like, he probably was like, no, I'm not going to cry. That's like a degradation of my profession.
Yeah.
Like, this is how you deliver it. Like, he's like, Cronkite barely cried when Kennedy got shot.
Yeah.
And it was like in the moment, as instant as it could have been for that time. And so he was like, this is my moment like that. He probably was proud to do that.
Yeah.
You know, as a broadcaster, I would imagine that would be what I would go into and think. I'd be like, cry. This is my fucking moment.
Yeah.
Cry. Probably slapped him. No.
But,
That's a pretty great story, though.
Yeah, he was great. We talked to his father was my father was a gambler. His father was a gambler, and he used to take him to Vegas. And he would, he was 12. He would play video games, and he had room service and everything. And then the next day he would get up and they'd go home, and his father would walk in like an hour before they get on a plane and go, "Well, we work for this weekend for free, Buck. Let's go."
This weekend for free. Yeah, that happens in. I remember like in comedy gigs working with guys. I've never been a gambler with cards much.
I like
only
craps.
sports.
I like the
I'll go to
dice.
the sports book and lose my life. But
Well, that's a great afternoon. You're in the sports book.
Exactly.
You're eating. You're sitting. You're watching. You're with your friends.
yeah, sometimes it's not a sports book. Sometimes it's a fucking
Racetrack.
dive bar or a racetrack. Yeah, exactly. But I never got into like games at the casino, blackjack, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I had friends who were really into slots and stuff, and we'd do gigs at casinos, and they wouldn't walk out of there with their their check
I would.
with them.
Whenever I work at a casino, I'll never gamble at the casino. I'm
Yeah.
working at just a thing in my head, and I'm not giving.
I
that
can't
money
give
back.
it back. Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
give it to the people across the street. But I'm not-
Yeah, I'll go to the other casino
Yeah.
and do it there. But tell the folks who else you've had on the show and promote the podcast.
Who have I had? Kevin James, Jay Leno, Edie Falco, Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. He was great.
That's awesome.
Steve Vai, the guitarist. He's a beekeeper.
No way.
He keeps bees. Who knew?
Who knew?
I didn't know Michael Imperioli. I had him on the show, and he's really into meditation and Tibetan Buddhism. So that was really cool.
That's
Getting to know
wild,
him.
yeah.
Chad Daniels, I think, is coming up on the show.
Nice. I love Chad.
Yeah, he's a sweet guy.
He's the best.
Gabriel Iglesias was on, and so
That's
a
awesome.
lot of fun.
Well, it's a great podcast, and I hope everyone checks it out. And also, you got the YouTube special. Tell
YouTube
us about
special
it
called
again.
"It's Scary in Here." It's stand-up. We shot it at Gotham Comedy in New York. It's free. It's Adam Ferrara. It's Scary in Here on YouTube, and my road dates. I'll be at the Addison Improv next week, 21 through 23, and CB Live in Phoenix, Arizona, 26th through the 30th.
And thank you so much again for coming in,
Good
dude.
to see you. I'm glad you
This
said
helps
it, my
me out.
friend.
Oh,
I
I'm
was
getting
worried.
there. You know, I got a little bit left to go, but you know it's gonna get better. And hopefully next week I can take this dumb shit off my face. Probably not next week, but the week after that. But anywho, folks, thank you so much for joining us here on the Josh Potter Show. And let me tell you one more time where I'm going to be. Of course, I mentioned the Patreon. It did get a little delayed due to the fact that I had this going on. But we'll get it up there as quick as possible. We're excited to do it. I wish I was going to do a podcast right after that fucking Sunday Night Football game. That's how it's going to be. Immediate reactions, live streams, things like that, all on the Patreon. And then you'll always get one podcast a week from me and my friend Matt Bergman. It'll be Potter and Bergman, just like an old morning radio show. Other than that, come see me live, please. On January 23rd, I'm going to be at Milwaukee Improv. On the 30th, I'll be at West Nyack Levity Live. The 2nd, I'll be at the Pittsburgh Improv. And the 3rd, I will be at the Raleigh Improv. And then the 11th, the Irvine Improv. Plenty of dates. All can be found up on my Instagram at Josh_Potter or my Twitter at J_Potter. All the links for tickets are there. So please to be buying the tickets. And other than that, we will see you next Tuesday on the Josh Potter Show.
That was fun. Potter and Bergman were the two cops playing Pokemon.